You've seen those 200 IQ plays on Reddit and think they're so much more impressive than those nice job pressing Q POTGs. You watch in awe and think, when will I be good enough to pull things like this off? Well, let me tell you, you are good enough and can definitely learn to make these plays yourself. I play lots of Fareeha, and because of the slow nature of her projectiles, direct hit accuracy at long to mid range is strongly linked to how well you can read your opponents. Each player's every movement and action is influenced by either a need or a desire. A need or a goal they have in mind. This time we're going to talk about reading the needs of your enemies. When I say need, I'm sure one thing comes to mind.
I need healing.
In all my time playing this game, I've noticed that when players are suddenly taken below half their health, they immediately start moving towards their team or the nearest health pack. At less than half health, this needy, gotta run, gotta get health playstyle comes out. Enemies left over after having lost a teamfight often act the same way as they try to make it back to their team or spawn. Now comes the fun part. Depending on the hero's abilities, current cooldowns, and the geometry of the map, you can narrow down the possibilities of their next move and often predict exactly what they're about to do. First, recognize the hero you're dealing with and the abilities they have, then track their cooldowns as they use said abilities, and lastly, apply your predictions according to the map and the positioning of your target and their team. Let's start off simple. Here I hit Hanzo with a direct rocket, taking him down to 80 health. He backs off and it's clear he's scared to keep fighting and needs health before he's confident to come back. Hanzo has no other mobility other than wall climbing, so he'll be walking. It's unlikely he'll drop to the left, as he has access to both supports and both large health packs on the right, and plus, the door leading out of that little room is slanted more towards the right anyway. With all this information, we're able to nail him down swiftly with the second direct. In the next clip, we take Fareeha down to half health and then she goes down to 2 bars. Because she's discorded and we have a McCree who can one-shot her at that point, I expect her to drop and fly left towards her team. Instead, she maintains her elevation for some reason and my rockets miss, but because she only just got within range of her supports, there's still a chance. Behind the dome, it's highly unlikely she'll stay put now that she's getting healed by Mercy, and there's only 2 ways she can go. We know her jump jet was used less than 10 seconds ago, so we know she's not going up, and there's no incentive for her to go flank to the left as her team is on the right, and that's where the payload is going to. Her hover is also gone from keeping that elevation for so long, so she'll be along the floor. She also has no reason to use her concussive blast, so we don't have to compensate for that burst of speed. As it turns out, she moves exactly like we think she will, and the next rocket connects perfectly. One last, more intricate example. We just want to fight and Tracer is trying to run away. We hear her blink once and then twice again in quick succession, meaning that she has none left. We fire a rocket between her and the mega health pack she might go for, and our hit marker shows that we did quite a decent amount of splash damage. A teammate called out a few moments ago that she doesn't have recall, and even if she did, using it would put her back in the middle of our team, so that's out of the question. Our Roadhog is pressing that corridor with us, and she has no blinks to reach the health pack, so she will likely just try to make a run back for spawn. We hear her blink past the doorway and she once again has no blinks, so we predict her walking speed and try to snag her at the opposite doorway. It's another indirect hit, but between the 2 rockets, she should now be at very, very low HP. She will want to recall that damage and get some health back, or wait in the middle of the room to get a few blinks back to ensure her escape. Either way, it leaves her stuck in that room for a few more moments, so we quickly boost ourselves in to make sure she can't get away. Reading the vulnerabilities of enemies will help you pounce on uneasy targets to open up fights, and then get the last remaining stragglers as they try hard to run away. If you can learn to get into their minds like this, you'll be a force to be reckoned with. In part 2, we'll talk about how to read and counteract the goals and desires, so to speak, of the enemy team, and how you can bait your enemies into doing your bidding. If you like the video, you know what to do. I also stream on Twitch. Link and schedule is down in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Fareeha, signing off.